White to play, mate in 2. This is a puzzle for our viewers. Let's see how quickly you can get it. I'm going to start the timer now. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Not so easy, huh?
So, mate in 2s you can usually find by process of elimination.
A minute down.
A minute down. Yeah, usually.
Time pressure.
No. I just wanna solve it. I don't really care about the time.
If it's any consolation, David said this is one of the hardest mate in 2s.
Okay.
So in this position, there's actually checkmate in only 2 moves for white. And as you could see, even the 5-time world champion Magnus Carlsen was struggling to find the solution. Now, when I came across this puzzle, I was also extremely confused. So, you know, me and Magnus have more in common than you think. But okay, for real, this puzzle is actually said to be the hardest checkmate in 2 by some people. I don't know if that's true, but it's not really easy to find. It took Magnus about 2 minutes. It took me and a friend about 30. But yeah, it's only checkmate in 2 moves. How hard could it be? So pause the video and yeah, try to do better than all of us and prove you're just genius. Or, you know, just give up and watch the solution. But okay, in this position, there's actually so many tempting moves, and that's what makes this so difficult. As you can see, the black king is completely stuck here in the center. We have so many pieces just restricting the king. We have a bishop here ready to check the king, but it's not obvious why you can checkmate in 2 moves. Because, for example, say you play the most obvious move. I don't know, you give a discover check with this bishop, you take the rook. The thing is, the pawn can always be pushed, and yeah, now no matter what you do, you can take the pawn, you can give a check here. The king will always have a square to run. So another try would be maybe rook e3, giving a double check, right? Everything is protected. But now the problem is you close this file. So king goes here, and now you don't have a good check. Even knight here, king just runs. So you can check here, but then black just blocks. So the king is actually escaping here, which makes us sort of discard moving the rook. And yeah, I know there's so many tempting moves, but we have to do sort of a detective work here. We have to analyze everything 1 move at a time. So another option would be maybe to give a knight check here. But the problem is, after the rook takes the knight, what are you gonna do? If you check with the rook, it's the same shenanigans. And if you take with the pawn, well, the queen can just block, and sure, this would be checkmate, but this is checkmate in 3 moves, and you failed the challenge. So yeah, knight check doesn't really work. Knight check here, you can just take with the queen, and yeah, here there's nothing as well. So maybe this knight isn't as well. Okay, we discarded the knight and the rook. I think it's sort of easy to discard the king as well, because whatever the king goes, basically black can just give a check, and yeah, it doesn't literally do anything. So these 3 are out of consideration. Maybe we can move this bishop, because if you play something like bishop a7, now this idea rook e3 works. For example, if black plays a random move, rook e3 is actually checkmate in 2, because you put the bishop back here, and now the rook no longer blocks this d4 square here. So did we just solve it? Not quite, because after queen d4, rook e3 is completely stopped, because the queen is in the way, and there's actually no good way to attack the black king here. Wherever the rook goes, black can just push the pawn, and it's the same thing as before. So okay, maybe it's not the bishop as well, and we've discarded a lot of pieces. Let's keep going. This rook really can't do anything. Maybe we could sacrifice, but after king takes, now there's nothing here. So okay, we keep discarding some pieces. This bishop here, I guess you could pass a move, but not really, because after queen here, nothing changes. So yeah, we keep removing pieces out of the equation, and in the end, we're kind of left with these 3. So let's take a look. If we push the pawn, black can just block. So if you take a look now, it might be tempting now to give a check, but we always have the same problem as before, and there's no good way to checkmate black. So in the end of the day, it comes down to one of these pieces. So let's take a look. When I saw this move knight f5, I thought I was a genius. I thought I just solved the puzzle. How did Magnus take 2 minutes for this? Come on. Because the thing with knight f5 is that it restricts the d4 square. And yeah, now rook e3 is just completely unstoppable. And there's nothing black can do. We're just gonna checkmate the next move. For example, rook c8, rook here, the knight is protected. And yeah, this is just checkmate. This is covered by the knight. The problem is, with knight f5, is that it obviously sucks, because black can give a check here and delay checkmate by one move. After we take, sure, now the rook moves and this is checkmate, but the problem is, this took 3 moves and we failed the challenge horribly. So yeah, apart from knight here, there's not really any good move with the knight, so in the end it must be down to the queen. Now, I thought about something like queen here, also restricting this square, but again, after something like queen c5, rook here doesn't work, because again, this is blocked and this is also blocked, so we have to be a little bit more clever. And yeah, there's not really any good check down here, but once you keep checking all moves with the queen and refuting most of them, you realize that you can put black in a position of zugzwang, a position in which every move they make leads to disaster, and that move is actually queen a8. And the reason why this works is honestly just beautiful, because the point is, as you can see, the black king, like I said, is completely restricted here, so either one of these pieces must move. If the rook moves, well, now you can play knight c5, and this is actually checkmate because the queen is pinned. As you can see, the black king is still completely restricted. And if the rook moves, yeah, somewhere also on this file, now knight here is checkmate. You need to notice the subtlety here. If the rook moves along this file, this square is undefended, and if he moves along this file, this square is undefended. And another key detail is that if the queen moves, now knight d6 is checkmate, and if the queen moves here, still keeping guard on both squares, now this square is blocked, remember, back here, and rook e3 is checkmate. So I think this covers pretty much everything. Any other move basically leads to either one of these. The only that doesn't is this queen d4 that leads to rook e3. So yeah, pretty amazing stuff. This queen a8, just beautiful, leaving black in a position of complete self-destruction, either with knight c5, knight d6, or rook e3. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned a thing or two, and hope you did better than Magnus. Comment down below how much time you took, or if you just gave up. So yeah, catch you in the next one. Bye.
So I gotta consider every move. Queen a8.
Are you sure?
No, but I mean, once I saw the move, I thought it had to be, yeah, but queen d4 takes away the d4 square, so rook e3 is mate. Otherwise, it's knight d6 or knight c5. Is that it?
Is that your final answer?
I mean, are you trying? No, yeah, that is my final answer.
Well done, you got it.